Okay, welcome everybody. I am so excited. It is July 9 and we have got our four quarter stars as our guest speakers. I'm going to start it off with them and then I'm going to chime in, but it's a little noisy, so I'm going to mute myself and I'm going to ask Vicki to start and then I'm going to ask Christine to follow. So you guys take it away.
The only thing I can say that I do is I do not allow myself to take any income. My first $600 has got to be first. And once I've accomplished that to do my wholesale order, then I can take some profit for myself. That gives me a motivation also, just to keep me going and keep me booking until I can get that accomplished. Once I accomplish that, then I'm going, okay, now I can have fun for me too.
So tell everybody, I think that everybody wants to take profit. So how do you track yourself? What do you do? What's some habits that they might be able to learn from you so that they can be, because I got to tell you, with only 3 4 quarter stars and there's only 1 in each unit, I mean, we obviously need to have more women do what you're doing. So why don't you share some kind of a habit or something that's helping you to make sure that that's a priority in your brain?
My biggest habit is just really servicing my customers. I sometimes worry that I service them too much, but I don't want to be bothering them. But I only have about 100 clients this next year. I hope to add another 100. But my first year has only been about 100, so I really do service them, and I have to say I get a lot of reorders. And whenever anything comes up, I really kind of blew it out of the water the last day of June, making my final. So now I'm struggling just to get everything going again. But it'll work. It'll get there. I had $351 in sales last week to start me off with. And I've got to do another 300 so that I've got my 600 covered. And then I can start taking something for Vicki. But that's just the way I can do it. I've got to keep it simple and keep just trying to keep my book as full as I can.
Love it. One more question for you, Vicki. Your clients are strong, that you've built that relationship. I mean, that's the best part about this, is if you have some impressive women, then you can really just continue to serve them and hit your goals. So for women who maybe don't have 100 customers, what is the target market that you feel would help them be a 4 quarter star?
I don't quite know how to answer that, because my market down here is over 65 years old. I have a few young clients, and by young, I'm talking anybody 40 and younger, but most of my clients are older clients. So I do benefit to the fact that I sell a lot of repairware, and I've had some complain to me about the cost of the repairware, even though we know it's a lot less expensive than some of the other brands out there for what it does. But the new 3D, I have switched a couple rather than losing them to the 3D, because this summer I have been using the 3D quite a bit. I still use my repairware at night, but during the day I've been using some of the 3D just because I wanted to play with it myself. So I just got to get some younger clients, and that's what I'm really working on now. No matter where I go to shop or what I'm doing, I'm approaching everybody I can find. So hopefully I can move on from there.
Well, and okay, so the last thing, because you just said something that sparked my interest. Some women are wanting to get into the target market of the repair client, and any advice on how they should approach them, or how a woman who is of that caliber, impressive, but has the financial resources, what are they going to be impressed by and what are they not going to be impressed by?
I don't think there's anything they won't be impressed by. That's what I use, so that's the easiest for me to sell. That's the only way I can say it. At 70 plus, I want to do everything I can possibly do to keep myself looking as good as I can. And most of these people know me through other social associations, and some of them tell me that they don't think I look my age. So well, got to use your repairware. So that's just the only way I can do it.
I love it. Thanks so much. All right, Christine, I think she also has her other meeting, so I'm going to give her an opportunity, and I hope you'll check back for the other stuff.
I will. I'll definitely will. So 4/4 star it's just a rule you don't miss. Like I don't. You've ingrained that into me, and I've missed a few times, and every time I've missed by a little bit, and I've gotten so mad at myself, and I'm like, well, that's stupid. Why did I do that? And so it's never fun. And this year it was just working towards the Kate Spade because I really, really wanted that pink purse, but I didn't get it, but I still was working. Like that was the goal, is to be a 4/4 star, because you get the referrals from the company, you get the leads, you have everything your customers need on hand. And so that's always my goal every month, is to make sure I'm hitting that. So
I forget I'm muted. Okay, so however, there's times where I know both of you, and I just know that I've worked more closely with you, Christine, so I can sort of pick on you a little bit. There's some times where you're like, ew, I should be further ahead, and I'm not. So what would you like to tell people who have been in that position, and what have you done to sort of shift from, oh my gosh, freak out, it's not going to happen, into, wait a second, what can I do? What steps should I try?
Yeah, you're right. I've done a sweat star quite a few times, and so I've gotten really better. The bracelet contest really helped me, because it was like, oh, if I do the bracelet, then I'm on track. So that really helped. So doing the consistency paid off. But I have done a sweat star where I've done $1,400, $1,500, $1,600 in a week, and not taken any profit, so that I could finish star. So tracking it from the get-go is always important. It's always the smart thing to do, to always know where you're at. And always picking a prize. Like as soon as the quarter starts, go on and pick a prize. And I pick a prize at every different prize level, because I'm like, well, if I do that, then I get this prize. Or if I do that, oh, there's a TV. I would like a new TV in my house. Or, oh yeah, I need new luggage. Or, ooh, kitchen knives. Or, I always do that, because no matter where I'm hitting, I know I'm getting a prize I want. And when I have fallen behind, and I do have to make it all up, it's really, I have an amazing customer base that's been around me for 5 years. So I can just sit there and I go, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I'm like, I'll play it off like, oh my gosh, I'm so stupid. Like I'm like, I totally forgot that I have this huge deadline, and it's like, in 3 days, and I'm, and I don't do it by how much money I am away anymore. I do it by how many items I am away. Because the average item price in our catalog is about $18. So I just take whatever my goal is, divide it by 18, and that's how many items I have to sell. And it works really good, because if you get a person who buys a microderm and a tone correcting serum, and then you get somebody who buys like a mascara and an eyeliner, they're still balancing each other out until you hit your goal. And so that's always worked better for me, is to say, oh, I'm so close to my goal. I only need like 120 items. Is there anything that you're running low on? And that was very successful for me towards the end of the month, trying to wrap up Princess Court. And it's just something I've done, and it works a lot better.
I think that's great. And I love that, Christine's always been a tracker, and it's hard for many people, but it's a talent, it's a gift that Christine has. It's sort of fun for her. And that's a true blessing, because a tracked number grows. And I'm really proud of you, Christine, because you, Vicki, Joan, I know Kathy Phillips was. Who else? Anybody else that we missed was a 4/4 star? Okay. you just never want to miss. But the best part about it is the 2,400 bonus points. I mean, we cannot ignore that the company has thrown that in again. So we're really excited about that. Okay, so I'm going to mute everybody else now. I'm excited to have Antoinette on. Who have I not? Arlene, I did say hello to. Okay, I think I said hello to everybody. Before I do mute you, who wants to share something awesome? Come on, you guys. We got to start doing this every single start. This is like, we've all been doing some awesome stuff. So who wants to share?
I'll share.
Yes, thank you.
Real quick before I have to go into my meeting. So I was on vacation last week and I saw 10 faces and I did a star week.
I love it. I mean, how many people get that lucky?
Nice way to write off your vacation.
Anybody else?
Joan.
Oh, sorry, Joan. Go ahead.
I am planning, after our seminar in Dallas, I am flying to San Diego and reuniting with a childhood friend, and I am inviting all kinds of old high school friends and stuff to the Hotel Del for a facial.
Hold on, everybody. Come here, boys. Come here. Y'all can see all my son's friends. Everybody say hi.
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 There's Spencer, here's Coda, and here's me, Nicholas.
There's
I'm his son.
Okay.
I'm her son.
Okay, thanks, guys. Okay, I'm teaching. You guys can play while I'm on my call. Well, not. I'll talk to you after my call. Okay, honey. All right. So the life of a mom, right? Joan, I'm excited for you to be here. I did want to tell you, we'll talk separately, but I do not fly back to San Diego. I've lived so many places, I get confused. San Diego until the 28th. Are you still here?
I'll be there that day, and then I'll be flying out in the morning.
Okay, so maybe we will be able to see each other, but it'll be tight, but let's see if it'll work, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so sorry about the background noise, everybody. Is it, I'm gonna mute you guys, but are you able to hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I apologize, but we're gonna, let me see. Nope, all participants are mute all. Okay, can you hear me now? Okay, good. Okay, so I am going to be sort of brief today because I just want to give you something that I'm working with all of our 21-day mind shift happens, girls, and I just want to invite you all to participate. Joanna is on the cruise of a lifetime, and we all get to experience these dreams in our life when we have a shift, a mind shift. So if you're somebody who's like, okay, it's the beginning of the year, I'm ready for all these things that maybe didn't come through this past year. I'm ready for it to happen this year. And I want to tell you that when you get your mind in the right place, you guys, it's like God gives you more time to achieve things. So just to give you an example, I remember when I was in DIQ, I worked all day long. I was exhausted. I would have a little power nap. I would revisit why being a director was so powerful, and I would see it in my mind, and I would feel myself putting on my suit, and I would feel myself walking across the stage, and I would feel myself having the nationals know me, and like that excitement boosted my energy. And I would wake up and I would have literally 30 minutes of the most powerful conversations that I would have bookings, I would have new team members, and I would have sales in 30 minutes, where normally it would take me maybe 4 days. Because I was intentional, I had powerful energy, and I knew exactly where I was going and who I was asking to be a part of that goal. So that is exactly what my 21-day challenge is all about. And I so invite you to be a part of it. But I love that we get to live our life based on what we want. So I'm here at the pool because my son, who's not in camp this week, I did not want him in the house any longer, first of all. But I said, okay, fine, I'll just find a way and make a way. And that's what I love about being able to work our Mary Kay into all sorts of life. Right before, I have my little ponytail in because I went to do my lifting. And I'm in the gym, and between sets, I'm doing my booking calls. I've got my list on my phone. I'm texting. I made 2 new bookings. In fact, I got a reply to my, she says, I think I can do 10 o'clock on Wednesday. See, I get a new booking while I'm at the gym, but I'm not even talking to new people. So I do talk to new people, but my point is, see how you can fit in your Mary Kay so that your life becomes more rich, but also you're living more. You're not in a desk job. You're not stuck away from the things that you love. That's why being an entrepreneur with Mary Kay is so powerful. So what I want to talk tonight about is really getting clear on what you say your goal is and if you think it can happen. Okay, so who here believes that there is no doubt in their mind they are hitting their goal the month of July? No doubt in their mind they're going to hit the goal. Okay, who here can say there's no doubt in your mind I'm hitting my quarterly goal? Okay, so Vicki, I'm going to say your goal is too easy. Now everybody else, and I'll get to that in a second, but everybody else, I'm going to talk about how we can get that confidence behind our goal. Okay, would that help you right now? Okay, if y'all don't shake your head, then I just feel like I'm boring you. Okay, good, thank you. So grab your piece of paper that has your goal. If you don't have, from 2 weeks ago, we gave you the perfect tracking, the perfect 10 shape new tracking. And at the very top, yay, Vicki, I gotta pull mine out. My wind is taking my papers. At the very top, it says, my goal is. And it was a financial goal. This is why I only have 3. I stopped at 3. Okay, and I could move, but I just don't want to do that to you right now, but I'm very tempted. So, bear with me, guys. So, at the very top, it says, what is your goal? And it was a financial, but I also hope that you looked on the back of it and it said, how many faces, how many sales. I believe it also says how many sharing appointments. Okay, so I want you to take that and grab a piece of paper. And I want you to take, hi guys, how are you? How are you? So I want you to take those numbers and I want you to grab a new piece of paper and we're going to talk a little bit about your belief behind those goals, okay? So what I want you to do is look at 1st July. Okay, we're halfway through, well, almost. And not really, sorry. I guess I'm just making it a little bit more exciting for us. But we're here at the 9th, and we got 20 days left, 21 days. So the month of July, on a scale of 1 through 10, what I want to ask you, let me get out my little questionnaire here. I want to ask you to rate your internal self-talk when you say, I can. Like when you look at that goal and you say, I can achieve that. On a scale of 1 to 10, I want you to rate yourself. Okay? Just for July. We'll stick with just July. Okay. Hopefully you guys have some kind of number. Now, I want you, number 2, I want you to rate your strength of desire, commitment, and decision. So what you're rating yourself is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how strong is your will? Like, I will achieve this goal. On a scale of 1 to 10. So the first one is, I can achieve this goal. Number 2 is, I will achieve this goal, scale of 1 to 10. And the third question I want to ask you is to rate your internal sense of worthiness and value. So basically, when you look yourself in the mirror and you say, I am totally a $2,000 a month seller. I am easily somebody who deserves 30 faces. I am enough. People can't wait to be with me. I am great. On a scale of 1 to 10, on your level of worthiness, your value, how do you rate your I am towards that goal. Like, I'm totally capable of achieving this goal because I'm a great person and people love me. They love to be with me. They love to have me as their consultant. What is your rate? 1 through 10. Smile, you're on candid camera. So, you guys got numbers. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. At the bottom of your page, I want you to put 1, and then I want you to put 10 at the top of your page. Just number, okay? And I want to give you guys a little scorecard. Because here's the deal. We talk a lot about you can do it, go, go, go. Well, it's true. There are people who break records all the time. We're going to see them in seminar. We're going to see people who started in March and finished on the national court, and they're a $500,000 director, and they've got 5 offspring. I mean, like, it's crazy. But there is a difference in their mindset, okay? And you operate more effectively when you have level 10 confidence. So in your confidence meter, if you circled 1, 2, or 3 over to the side, I want you just to put, a little bracket, and I want you to put the no zone. Oh, I'm probably working backwards. Let me start at the top. If you circled or said, and up at the top of your piece of paper, I want you to put a bracket with 10 and 9. So 10 and 9, just do a little bracket. And I want you to put yes zone. So if you scored a 9 or a 10 on the way you are for the I can, your commitment's behind it, I will, and number 3 is I am. If you scored a 9 or a 10 in those categories, it's a done deal. You will achieve this. There's no question at all. Now, if you scored a 7 or an 8, you are going to be in the better zone. So go ahead and put a little bracket next to 7 and 8, and just off to the side, on the side of your paper, put better zone. If you are a 7 or an 8, guess what? This is the best place to be, because you're not quite positive in your faith and in your belief that it's a done deal. But guess what? This is where you've got to pull from within to learn a little bit more, to become somebody who maybe evaluates their skill, evaluates their connection with people, maybe looks at how your doubt has pulled you away from. And so you're going to have to pull a little bit, and you're going to fight harder. The best place to be in a goal is a 7 or an 8, because those are the people that little bit of fear actually serves us. Oh, I don't know if I can do it. And that little bit of doubt, that little bit of fear pulls us into not sitting on the couch, but okay, what can I learn? What can I practice? Who could I follow and get some ideas and get back out there? The 7 or the 8 is the better zone to have as your goal. If you said 6, 5, or 4, I want you to do a little bracket. And I want you to say maybe zone. And if you are in there, well, maybe you'll reach your goal. Maybe. Okay, so if you were a 1 or 2, ain't gonna happen. It's the no zone. Now, I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm trying to say that a lot of times we're saying to ourselves, I'm gonna be a director this month. I'm gonna be a car driver. And in our Mary Kay world, we think if we just say, go, you can do it. Well, guess what? If you're really being honest that you're not even committed truly to doing anything it takes in your number 2 question, then you're sort of puffing yourself up for failure. And I don't know about you guys, but that hurts over the long term much more than saying, I know in my gut I'm going to hit this goal, and I'm finding a win, and I'm in the yes zone, and I wasn't stretching. Like, I would rather you have some wins to build up your confidence and be in the yes zone than be in the no zone and continually dream big and all the things that you hear. And I'm not saying that that's bad. Okay, y'all know I'm not trying to poo-poo on any of our Mary Kay training, but I just want to tell you that if you're going to be in it for the long haul, and I think 22 years allows me to say I've been in it for the long haul. Let me tell you how many, I could count on my hands how many people have quit on me. And guess what? I'm still here, and I still have a vision, and I'm still recommitted to Mary Kay's vision and legacy. So we have to say to ourselves, okay, let's be a little realistic. If I'm in the know, ain't gonna happen. Now, what if you reevaluate your goal for the month of July and you say, okay, if I said to you, sell $100 this month, you guys will all say, yeah, no problem, I'm a 10. No problem, I'll hit that goal. Now, if I say 400 and you're like, well, I normally do 300. 400, I've never done it. It's a stretch, but it's not so scary in my brain that I can't believe it. Okay, I'll take that as a challenge. So then there you know that there's something just a little bit of a pull for you that could get you into the better zone. So I ask you just to take a second. I'm going to give you just a second and evaluate. Oh, there was a chat. I think somebody's chat. If there was anything that, I'm just going to give you a second to evaluate. If you're in too much of a no, just maybe tweak it for a second here. And I have a question. Can I ask a follow-up? Yes, ma'am. Let me. Hold on, Maggie. I just lost my screen, and I'm trying to unmute you. Can you unmute yourself? No.
That question was from before.
You did it again. Oh, do you still have a follow-up question? I'm sorry.
I can ask it, but it's kind of interrupting the middle of your stuff. So.
Okay. Do you want to ask me privately later?
Oh, it was for Vicky and. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's go back to it. We'll finish with that one. Thanks. Sorry, I didn't see it in time. Okay, but y'all can do chat. I'll pay more attention. Okay. So, is this helpful for anybody?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, would you like to be in the 7 or 8 so that you can say, doggone it, I can totally see something that maybe I couldn't see before, and I'm going to grow or stretch myself, but I'm still going to have a win? Would that be exciting for the month of July? Mm-hmm. Now, your homework is to take this and look at the quarter, because the quarter is truly, if we're not working with quarters, then I think a year's too far out. We women, it overwhelms us, and we, can't really remember 21 days, much less 365. So I want to encourage you to do this homework for your quarter. But for the month of July, I want you just to reevaluate. What could you do that could get you into the better zone? Now, the next question, and I am actually going to be teaching a little bit of this. So for you guys that are on tonight, you're going to be getting this in my 21-day challenge, and this will be a great reminder or follow-up. So now what we're going to talk about is how do you actually look at confidence? How can you grow to a level 10, a level 9, 10 in your belief? And the best way that I have heard it is really every single day we come up with excuses. We come up with excuses of why we cannot do something, or we come up with excuses on why we can. So when we say excuses for why we can, we really turn it into belief. Like, why do we believe we can? But it's the same thing as why do we believe we can't, which would be excuses. Okay, y'all with me? Okay, so the visual, and I'm very cautious because this is from a training that I've paid for. So I don't think it's ethical for me to give away all the secrets when somebody, I pay a coach for this, but I think I'm just gonna give you this as a visual, and I'm gonna encourage you to make your own piece of paper for it. So the visual that really helped me was, I want you to think of your goal as this tabletop. Okay, so hey, Miss Tracy, welcome. I have recorded, and you're coming in. You might want to go back because a lot of this stuff is leading up to this moment. So I want you to think of your new goal, that you're now in the better zone. You're no longer in the no zone of confidence. You've elevated to now the better zone, and I want you to think of, it can be anything really. It can be doubt. It can be the I can't. or it can be the I can, okay? It can be anything, but for this specific example, I want you to think it's a tabletop, okay? So here's the top of the table, and here's your goal, okay? So let's just say your goal is $1,000 in sales for the month of July, okay? Let's just say that's on the table. So a table is held up normally with 4 legs, okay? See, I'm trying not to use anybody's trademarked material, so you'll have to just understand. But if you have more legs to the table, if you have like, think of, 5 legs on each side, wouldn't that be like the most sturdy table ever? I mean, I've got kids, so they're always hitting something and something's flying off the table, and sometimes a leg breaks, and so your table becomes wobbly when it's just 4 legs or 2 legs, or God forbid, you only have 1 leg on your table, okay? So I want you to think of these legs, and if you will do this for me on that piece of paper, at the very top, you have your goal. You might have to flip over your piece of paper. The very top, you have your goal. You can break it down to specifics. So if you had, let me mute everybody now. Okay. If you had your sales, your recruiting, your team building all together for your goal, you might want to separate them for this example. And I have mine. Let's see if I can, my wind took it. So let me see if I can pull it for you. So I want you to put one goal at the top so that we can work this example. And then I want you to think of, here it is. Okay. So here's a goal that's not my July. This is a goal for me, okay? Why I will recruit 24 new Great Start qualified team members this year, okay? So I started big, and then I'm going to break it down. Okay, so that is what I'm asking you to do, and write it at the top of your page. So then I want you to think of the legs of the table as your excuses or your reasons, okay? Your mind's going to believe anything, positive or negative. It's going to believe it. So as we really start to understand how do we believe in our goals, we have to step back and take a shift in our mind. And so once again, I'm going to plug my 21-day Mind Shift Challenge, and you all can join it, but you have to personally request, and I'll put you in the Facebook group. And so this will be, I'll be talking about this tomorrow, but there are classes, small classes that will help you have a shift. And really, I think it's going to be awesome for you. So we've just described a specific goal. So now, what legs do you have to prove to yourself? Okay, so leg 1. Leg 2, leg 3. I'm going to write down 10 legs. Okay, so let me give you an example. Okay, why I will recruit 24 new Great Start qualified. I'm ready to put in the work. Leg number 1, a reason. It's an excuse to some people. It's a reason to me. Okay, so if you're going to say why I can't recruit 24 people this year, your excuse might be I am going to be in Europe for 2 months. It's a reason, but it also could be an excuse to some people. Okay, so it's all about perception. So when we shift our mind to have higher confidence in our goal and to really see ourselves having a win, not just in the fall, but every single month of the seminar year, we have to start giving our belief more strength. Are y'all getting this? So imagine if you had a table that didn't just have 1 leg, you had 2 legs. So think of one reason that goal can be achieved. I've sold $100 before. I could bump it up. I could double it to 200. I am committed to a mind shift challenge for 21 days that's going to help me believe more in myself. That's another reason. I now have my son in preschool, and I'm going to really be able to have some time to focus on my business. That's a leg right there. Anything that you want to go after, the more legs of support that you can create for that, you're going to start to elevate your level of confidence to that 9-10. So you might have started your goal in the better zone, which is 7 or 8. But as you're doing your morning affirmations, your visualizations throughout the day, checking in with yourself throughout the day by having something that says, whoa, how do I feel right now about this? Do I feel like I only have one reason? Okay, wait a minute, let me get back in my mindset. Let me think of more reasons on why I can't. Okay, I forgot about that reason. Wait a second, I just met a gal at the gym. She used to be a part of this, and you know what? She's excited. She could be my next team member. Okay, there's another reason. It only takes one person to change your business. Okay, there's a third reason. You're starting to, again, prove to yourself why you can or why you can't. This is one of my favorite new resources, and I wanted to share that tonight. So I'm going to close our call with just thoughts or questions, or just what you're going to. Did anybody have? Let me see if I unmuted. Everybody's unmuted. Did anybody have like a little aha of, oh my gosh, maybe that's why I haven't been able to have my quarterly achievements, or I think I was shooting too high and I wasn't in the right zone. Anybody feel that they might want to share something from what you got from this exercise? Okay, Joan, go ahead.
I have a question. Like, I was in the better zone for the first 2, but for the last one, I was more down.
Okay.
So you just do it the same way, and it should bring it all together, right?
Well, first of all, if you have said like that third goal, you're saying you gave yourself a 2 or maybe a 3. The 3's in the maybe. So I can only say that maybe zone, if you are in that zone, the only way you could really have a true achievement in that goal is if you were willing to put in some serious work to either get your skill up, figure out what you need to fix for it, and of course you have to work on your belief. So you can't really stay there for long. Okay, you might be there temporarily, but if you can fix whatever skill or whatever is preventing you from feeling that you are a 7 or an 8, then it ain't going to happen, and you need to lower that expectation. And everybody has something that would be in the no zone. So it just is, how can you continue to hit your move up the stair of success and feel that your confidence is growing, which ultimately is going to give you what your dream goal is.
Hey, Andrea.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, this is Tracy. I came in late. I was on another conference call, so I apologize. But it was really interesting because I came in right as you showed your picture that said why you're going to recruit. And I had written something else down already. And it hit me all of a sudden, I've done it before. Why can't I do it again?
Exactly. God,
and it was kind of like this, yeah, I already know how to do this. Yeah. Why can't I accomplish this again? Now, going to dig into deep for why I think I couldn't, because I know I can, I've done it. Mm-hmm. So that's good.
That's so great. You guys, don't you love Tracy? She's my roommate at seminar. So if you don't remember her, you'll see her again soon. That was awesome. Everything that I'm teaching you, you can take it for different parts of your life. It doesn't have to be just Mary Kay. But I really hope that you'll take this. You'll start to say, hey, wait a second. How can I make July the best month out the gate? Double credit. You guys, 13. If you, and here's the part I want to leave you with. I put down 13 new recruits. And then I crossed it off. I'm like, I've never done that. Like, that's so scary to me. But in the last 3 days, I've started to expand my worthiness and my value, and looking back at, wait a minute, but I did have 7 new qualified recruits before. That's only a little bit more effort. And so I'm making more legs for this new belief. That's ultimately how you grow your confidence and you grow your belief. So I hope tonight was awesome. I'm so proud of you for being on. I am recording it, so it will be at our Facebook page in the next day or two. But again, I just invite you, if you really want to have a jump start, I am so excited about what I'm creating with my 21-day mind shift, because, hey, dude, shift happens. It does. If you want to go someplace and you're willing to put in the work. So what we talked about tonight is just one part of it, but I hope that you'll take this and then continue to grow upon it with the things that I'm going to share in our 21-day challenge. Last but not least, if you're freaking out that, hey, wait a minute, I'm taking vacation next week, I can't do a 21-day challenge. You know what, guys? This is going to be something where you can set the deadline for the 21-day. I don't care, but I want you to find a way to be a finisher. It can take 3 months. Your 21 days could take 3 months, and I don't care, but you cannot go beyond your step. You cannot go to day 3 until you finish day 2. And with that, I know that it'll bless you. So Joanna always wants me to give you some kind of a powerful word. I'm going to write down everybody who was on the call tonight for your consistency, but for everybody else watching it, I think my word needs to be, what's my word going to be, you guys? How about result? I'll just do results, because that's what this is all about. We're going to get results like we've never gotten them before. I love you. Thanks for being on.
Bye, y'all.